Hi boys and girls, my name is Mrs. Garcia and today we will be learning about shapes. So last year in kindergarten you learned how to describe 2D shapes. So today we're going to revisit that and we're also going to learn how to describe 2D shapes using formal geometric language. Okay, so now let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and show you this shape. This is a three-dimensional shape. Today we're learning about 2D shapes, but this points out the formal geometric language of a shape. The edges are called a vertex, or if you're talking about more than one, it's vertices. And these sides are called edges. Okay, so now we're going to start by looking at some everyday examples of 2D shapes, because they are everywhere. So the first shape that we're going to talk about is the square. And this is something that we can see at home. I know we eat these every day for Taco Tuesday. They are delicious. I totally recommend them. So this is an example of a square. Set that over here. Now, a square is also called a special rectangle. All of the edges are equal and all the edges have 90-degree angles, or all the corners are 90-degree angles, which looks something like this, or like this as well. 90-degree angle. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and describe the square using formal geometric language. The corners are called vertices or vertex, and the sides are called edges. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the rectangle. So this is something that we love at our house. This is a box of crackers. So of course these are three-dimensional shapes, but just look at them or pretend that they're 2D, which is flat shapes. So the rectangle, it has 4 equal sides, so the sides are equal lengths and they're all parallel, meaning that they'll never ever touch. And so this rectangle has 4 vertices and 4 edges. Okay, now moving on to the next shape. Do you know what this is?
A triangle.
Triangle, good job. Now this is something that you could see every day while driving around with your parents. This is a yield sign. Okay, now the triangle has three points, also called vertices, and 3 edges. Okay, so now moving on to, what does this look like?
A bee cone.
A beehive, yes. I love honey. Do you love honey? What do you love it on?
Pancakes, waffles.
Yes, and I
don't
love
forget about sweet tea.
Oh, sweet tea and biscuits. Yes. This is a honeycomb, an everyday example of a hexagon. And here is, I only have a 3D shape, but pretend it's a flat shape. It has 6 vertices, 6 points, and 6 edges. Okay, now moving on to the circle. Do you know what this is?
A 25-cent and
25 cents. Quarter. It's an example of a everyday circle, everyday life circle. And one of the special things about a circle is that it has no edges and no points. It has one continuous curved line, and that is a circle. Now the last shape that we're going to talk about is called a rhombus. And this is an example in everyday life. Some beautiful earrings. I would love to have those. The shape of a rhombus. Now a rhombus is equal sides and it has 4 points, also called vertices, and 4 edges. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to go ahead and go over a story with you. I created a story in regards to shapes, just to tie things together in regards to shapes. It's a holiday story. It's a story about a family called the Davidson family. And the father, he decorates her house for Christmas. And the mother, Mrs. Davidson, she is a teacher and she loves to teach her kids anytime that she gets a chance to. And so when they go outside to admire their house, she points out the shapes and describes them using formal geometric language. And so the bottom of the house, it is a square, remember also called a special rectangle. It has 4 equal sides and 90-degree angles. The top is a triangle. It has 3 vertices and 3 edges. The door is a rectangle. So remember, these sides are all parallel and equal. Okay, equals size parts there. And then the wreath is a circle. Remember, no vertices and no edges. Okay, the next page is where the family goes on a trip to go pick out a Christmas tree for their house. Okay, so as they drive to the to go pick out a tree, the mother, Mrs. Davidson, she points out that the sign is a hexagon. Remember, hexagon has 6 vertices and 6 edges. Good job. Yes, 6. So the last page is when they go home, they decorate their tree, and they sip hot chocolate, and they listen to Christmas music. But the story just points out that as the 2 sons are getting water for the Christmas tree, they see different shapes in their kitchen, like a rectangle and a square and a circle. So I just wanted to demonstrate that. It's called Shapes Are Everywhere. Okay, well, there's that. And the next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to move on to the activity part. Not that one yet. We're going to move on to the activities part where we have some Play-Doh. Get your Play-Doh. There we go. Now you get your Play-Doh and your shapes. So we have some Play-Doh here already smashed up like a pancake. Yes, this one and this one. So we're going to just, I'm going to demonstrate, wait, let me do it first. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how to press it into the Play-Doh and to form the shape. You can go ahead and do it too. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's kind of hard.
It's kind of hard because it's really thick.
I know.
And thin.
I know. But just go ahead and do your best. Okay, so I pressed out a picture of, or excuse me, a Play-Doh square. Now you're doing the rectangle. I'm gonna go ahead and do a triangle. I'm gonna do one more. Press it in real good. Form your shape.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, yours didn't come out that good, huh?
Yeah.
I knew that. That's okay.
It looks like an L to me.
Like, show it. Go ahead and show it. Well, we tried. So that is the first activity. Now, the next activity, I went ahead and got all the shapes that we mentioned, printed them out in different colors, and then I went ahead and cut them in 2 to 3 parts. Okay. Okay, we're going to move on to this one, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and jumble them up. Okay, let's move on to this one.
Cut it.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and help them out. Okay, let me see this real quick.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so there's another shape. This was a rhombus that he did. Remember, the rhombus has 4 vertices, or 4 points and 4 edges. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to this other shape activity that I had mentioned. We have the hexagon here cut into 2 shapes. It's in blue. We have the circle here cut into 2 shapes, yellow. We also have the rectangle cut into 2 shapes here. There we go. Okay, so put that down, please. You're going to go ahead and put together 2 shapes for me, please.
This is mine. This is mine.
There we go. Now go ahead and show them. Which one are you doing? Hold it up for them.
Okay, this is like a door.
That's a rectangle. Rectangle. Go ahead and pull it up. There we go. That's a rectangle. The rectangle, remember, it has 4 sides, also called edges, and then it has 4 points, also called vertices. Okay, and each side is parallel, and it also has 90-degree angles. And what I have here is a rectangle. 2 parts, put it together. There we go. Rectangle. Now the rectangle, or excuse me, the triangle. The triangle has 3 points, 3 vertices, and 3 edges. And tri means 3. So that's a easy way to remember it. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to go ahead and move that aside. AJ, we'll go ahead and move that aside. Now we're going to go ahead and move over to our next activity. We have this geo board printed out here. So we're going to practice forming shapes, drawing out shapes. And we also have these little rulers that we can use. Okay, so you're going to go ahead.
First put your name. It's really important.
Oh, well, we can do that a little bit later, okay? What we're going to do is practice this. We're going to practice forming the shape. Go ahead. And then I have mine here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and practice doing my shape here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and practice doing a triangle.
Don't
Are you
worry
going to
about
color
me.
it?
I'm
Okay.
just running.
Okay, you're fine. Are you doing a shape? You're coloring it?
I'm
Okay, good job.
coloring it.
Good job. Now the great thing about these geoboards is that you can make your shapes proportionate or try to there by having it the same number of dots. So I went ahead and I made a rectangle and a triangle. And AJ is working on a circle. It's a good job, AJ. Okay, go ahead and show it.
I need to
Okay,
do
almost
this one.
done there. Okay, let's go ahead and do that.
Like
There we
that.
go. He made a circle and a rectangle. Okay, so now that wraps up our lesson. What did we learn today?
We learned about shapes.
Shapes, yes. So we learned about two-dimensional shapes and how to describe them using their formal geometric language, just like this, the vertices and the edges. So next week we will move on to 3D shapes. It's a good segue to it. Thank you so much, AJ. You did such a great job. Thank you for being my helper today. Okay, that wraps up our lesson. Thank you.